welcome back to the TheStoneRanger. I'm sulking. I am sulking as well. People always say to me on here, what happens if it goes wrong and it breaks? What do you do? And I always say you start again. Well, today's one is broken. So for those of you who don't know, I've been doing a piece of stone slate combo together for my wedding anniversary, and I've been prepping it for days, getting it all perfect, and it couldn't have gone better. Everything went well with it all the way through, apart from the final bit. So, Derbyshire Gritstone, laminated with slate, nice and slim, everything fat, sit well, lovely, glued together, perfect. Marked on the stencil, perfect. Started carving, and the slate is it's got too many layers in there, it's just split and it's filling. So this one's no good, so I've got to start again. I'm going to trim the top off of it, off of here, take the birds off, trim that off, and then the slate changes as it goes down, and it going back on it now, it does feel a little bit different at the top. I don't know if you can hear the difference. A little bit there. It sounds solid over here, so I might trim it out and try and rescue something from it. We will see. We'll see what happens. But I've got a backup. This was already printed off. So we did the Paralympics carving, and this is the Team GB carving. So that's what I'm going for as my backup. So we're going to do that instead. Hopefully everybody's okay with that. I'll just set my phone up so I can see any comments as we're working away. There we go. Okay, chisels are sharp, hammer's ready. So that's what we're going for. Where should we start? Let's start here. Yeah, so I am gutted, but like I always say, it's I get over it quick. At least it's gone wrong right at the beginning. Could have been right at the end. Then it would have been really gutted. So anybody who's on, if you can stick me a thumbs up on, that'd be great. So backup piece of stone, kicking around. Didn't want to let the regulars down by not tuning in. Or by coming live, sorry. For all you guys who tune in, regulars. So I've just found the backup piece. Marked it on with whatever I've got. And we'll carve it out together. And to be honest, I wanted to do this anyway because I wanted it to go as a pair with the Paralympics. Just to hang on the wall in my new workshop. Which I'm really looking forward to getting started on. I can't wait to move to the new workshop. I seem to be talking about it loads and not getting anywhere. Just get my safety specs. They're on my head. So who's in the chat this evening? We've got any regulars? We've got anyone new? It's always nice to have new people. It's always nice to see the regulars. Anyone has any questions, drop them in the chat. I showed my wife. My wife had not seen the piece I was carving until it broke, so I showed her because I told her I've been working on it and I needed to tell her it broke. So I need to come up with a new piece now. I don't want to just carve it on the stone. It has such a different feel on the slate. So I don't want to just carve it on the stone. I might try and go for either redo it or go for directly onto the slate. I'll try and salvage something. Nobody in the chat yet. Hopefully the chat's working. Be a shame if it's not. Maybe somebody can put something in to tell me if it's working or not. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice to see some people. So the chats just went a little bit mental. Then we're 5. Good evening, everybody. Makes me nervous when the chat doesn't work straight away for the opening couple of minutes. It's like I've done something wrong, like I've hit a button without knowing. So someone says, what am I doing? I am carving the GB Lion logo for Team GB with hammer and chisel on a piece of Derbyshire stone. This is a project that I've just decided to do in the last 40 minutes because the project I was working on broke. So this is backup project. So I'll show you that slate again as the evening goes on. Maybe we'll get a few regulars on who knew the project I was working on. Nice to show you all. It doesn't always work though. Something's rattling. Try and sort that out. I moved some of my tools around to show somebody on the last live and not put them back in the right place. Palm leaf. What's my PayPal? Strange question. Well, can you see the lion? Can you see it now? But I can see where you're coming from. Hopefully, as we start carving the mane out, it'll come to life. Maybe we should do the face. Handers covering the face. What's everybody been up to today? Looks better as a lion. Well, that's handy. That's what it's going to be. We're going to do the lion. I really enjoyed doing the Paralympics lion. And I printed these off both at the same time to make stencils. And it's just been sat there, and when the other one broke, I thought, well, I don't want to let everybody down by not going live, because I told everybody I was. And so we've gone for this. It's always nice to carve. A mane like this on a piece of slate on a piece of stone is lovely to carve. So we've had anybody who watched me do the Everton badge over the last couple of lives. Some really good feedback on that. People really enjoyed that. That sounds pretty impressive, that. Sounds really continuing. Wow. Wow. Well, I've not done anything that impressive today. I've been buying materials, doing admin at work, and the accounts. We have the accounts software, and everything has to get logged through that for work. So I've been doing that. So not that impressive. Ten thumbs up. 10 is the target. We've done the target in the opening 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes. So all of you have hit the thumbs up button. Thank you. That's massive. In 9 minutes, I'm really happy with that. Sound is a bit low. sound is a bit low. I wonder if that's my... I'm using my AirPods. I did look at a new speaker the other day. I'm using my AirPods and I think they've been playing up. Stony, how do I shorten your name? TheStoneRanger. I don't know about Stony, maybe just Stone Ranger instead of the Ranger. Oh, or Matty. Shorten my name. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to think about that. Any more questions? Let's go for it. Only if you can hear me okay. I'm worried about the sound quality. Like a nickname. Well, if you want a really short nickname, you could just call me Matty, because that's my actual name. Or Ranger. You could just call me Matty. Yeah, Matty. That'll do. I don't mind the TheStoneRanger or Matty. It's The next question: can you only carve stone types? Only carve some types of stone, or all? Me personally, or I just carve what I've got really. I've carved all sorts of different stuff. I've carved granite. I've carved limestone, new cut limestone. That well, not that day, but that week out of the ground. Old field limestone, Portuguese limestone. Derbyshire stone like we've got here. Stone from all over the UK. People have bought me some stone in they've bought with them from abroad. I've carved slate from Wales, slate from Indonesia. Well, it might have just been Indian slate actually. I've carved Indian stone. Chinese slate. No, it was Chinese slate. There was one more slate. Slate from the Isle of Mull. Wood. I'm trying to think what else we've got. York stone. Maltese limestone. Oh, was there another question? Sorry, I didn't see it. Where's the other question? I can't see one. Can you stick it back on somebody because I can't see it? Hopefully it's not the one what I'm asking them what a PayPal is. Oh, gargoyles. There we go. Sorry, I was going too far back. Not, I have done in the past. I did actually with a group a few months ago. I like letters, so letters and logos are what I really like. That's my favourite thing to do. So I just stick to my favourite thing for this. So this is a hobby now. Yeah, logos is my thing. I know a stonemason who carves a lot of rabbits, and that's what he's good at. That's his thing. He likes rabbits. I know another mason who likes carving dragons. That's what he does. And I really like logos and letters, like different fonts, different logos. something really nice about a logo, something satisfying about carving it in stone. I think because a logo has been designed to be visually appealing to the eye, I really like the different shapes and stuff of them. I've had a go at carving all sorts of headstones, gargoyles, fireplaces, a few like maybe you call them like simple art shapes. But no, logos, that's the answer to that one. Hopefully I got all the questions there. So yeah, a little bit disappointed. Do you transfer the shape? So I'm dyslexic, so I like visualising shapes. So that's quite nice. To be able to visualise things as they're finished. Sometimes I will print them, but sometimes I'll print them and then drag them around and start changing them up on the computer software. Just I can do that off camera. I can do that with a bit of downtime, which is nice. Sometimes I will just draw them on a piece of paper and then put them and make a stencil. I used to use a machine called a Cricut to make stencils, so you design them up. I don't do that so much anymore because I'm not doing it all the time. I just draw them on and then just stick them to I have a big old pack of red card. I'm not sure what grams it is, and I just cut them out. And even on its own, there's something really nice about cutting a shape and a pattern out on a piece of stone. So each different logo, each different carving I do, we'll go about it in a different way. This one's pretty easy because this is just a design as it is, straight like it is. Got a couple more questions. I'm going to get back to that in a minute. So I have to stop and read that. I'm doing a carving next week, very simple, just some lettering for a chap who's seen one of the live streams, wants his son's name carved into a piece of stone, the same style as we carve Thundercats. So what he's going to do, he likes drawing his son's name in that style like we did Thundercats. So he's going to draw that onto me, he's going to send it, he's actually sent it today. I'm going to print it out as his exact handwriting, or bubble writing it is. I'm going to mark it on a piece of stone, nice cut piece of stone, polish. We'll put a little chamfer on it, and he's just going to hang it up in the house. And that'll just be his drawing, so I'll just print that straight as it is, straight up. And that'll be his card. So that'll be his handwriting. Tornadoes chase us here. How are we doing? Also, another football badge next week. Got to do the Ipswich Town. It's for my father-in-law. nice to see a few names in the chat. We had Brian earlier in green, channel member. Got Tornado Chaser, moderator in blue. A couple of regulars on me chatting away, which is nice. We've answered a couple of questions and we're on 20 thumbs up. So that's a solid start. The only downside is I broke the original carving just before, well, 40 minutes before I went live. Which is, it shows it doesn't always go to plan. That's what that means. I will show it you. Before we finish tonight, I will show you what happened. Disappointing, but it definitely does happen. It's kind of a shame it didn't happen live on camera, because I have always said the one what breaks on camera properly will get my best views. But it didn't break. I always think people think it's just going to... It didn't do that. I'm sure people would love it. Have I ever told you the story about, I did a carving, a big old piece of stone, like loads of letters on it. It was a big house sound to a new housing estate, and it had like, say Cromford houses on the top, and then it'd say A, B, C, D in a different road, so it'd say Cromford Street, Matlock Street, Carsington Water Road. These are not the actual names, I'm just making these up. And I carved that. It took me a couple of days, hand painted it all, put some pictures of it online. I got like 10 likes on it, no problem. I was doing a job making a bird bath and I got a piece of carbon fibre go straight through my finger, hanging out, straight through, a horrible thing. Put that on, a few hundred likes. So people like it when you fail. Not sure if there's a glitch with the chat or not, but it's just gone completely dead. Tornado Chaser must have disappeared. So we're making good progress on the road to 10,000. Oh, we don't have the sound on. Or my sound. Somebody has pointed out that my sound's not very good tonight. So yeah, we're definitely making good progress on the road to 10,000. I'm 2,200 away. Well, nearly 2,200 away. It's yeah, good progress. Happy with that. Be an exciting day when we make it to the 10,000. That'll feel like a massive achievement. So I've had some nice pictures from people sending in of stuff they've been working on. I've bought a pen off one of the channel members. Which I'm excited to receive. turned wooden pen. And a guy who's been carving on some bluestone in the States sent me some pictures. He's wanting to know how to make it a bit crisper. For his, he's got his own channel, carving away, doing stuff in his workshop. The problem with doing a design like this is it's quick. The design I'm meant to be doing would have been taken over a few days. This will be quick, so. But that's not always a bad thing. So I'm starting a new TV show with the wife tonight. Starting series 4 of Slow Horses. Anybody watched it? The stone is not wedged, so sometimes I do wedge, so it depends on this. I just put a backstop here so that it's on a slight angle of the board. You might be able to see that. I've put one backstop here, so I can just move it if I need to. Yeah, it's just a simple setup. I don't need to wedge it in. Simple setup. It'll move around a bit, but I don't mind. I've got my hand on there. The project I was going to be working on would all be pegged in nicely. I use these cut an angle, so when I'm doing something round, it'll just sit in. It'll just sit in the groove, so it doesn't move, which is nice. Yeah, I just have 5 or 6 different pieces of wood just kicking around on the side, and each one will just go different places. It's just holding itself there, yeah. Bryce says let's give it a thumbs up. So Friday night I'm going to have a go at Ipswich for anyone who's around. My wife is going down country again to see father-in-law. He's in hospital. I've got a bit of time on Friday because I'm off work. I'm going to make a video. Yeah, I'm going to make a video to put on the channel, and then I'm going to go live on Friday night once I've shaped the Ipswich out. Seem to get good traction on the football carvings. This carving here is, what would we say, 4 weeks out of date now. How long's the Olympics been finished? 4 or 5 weeks. It's a little bit out of date, this one, but I needed the backup quick. I nearly did Superman actually. I do have a little Batman. Evening, Ryan. I do have a little Batman here. Maybe if I get it done, I'll carve him. It's only small though. like the black Batman logo. Might go and hide it somewhere. Let one of the kids in the village find it. So I went on the old I am on the graph again. This is not the one we're meant to be doing now. So I'll show you why Ryan's here. If Ryan's still around, let me quickly spin you around and show you this. So I was prepping the present for the wife for oh, Ryan's just asked what's happened. So I was prepping this. Slate all lovely on, nice and slim, happy with that. On this back of stone, so this is Derbyshire Gritstone laminated with Welsh slate, and it all went perfectly. I polished it all lovely, all went perfectly. Marked it up, I'll cover the top bit up. I've marked it all out. So it says birds flying high, you know how I feel. The opening lyrics to the first dance at my wedding 11 years ago by Nina Simone. Thought I'll have a go at carving just before I go live, 40 minutes before, and the slate's got faults in it, and it's just falling in. You can see it's too shaly, the slate. It's just falling in there. No good. But I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, so I don't know if you can hear that, but just in there, it does sound different. Down here sounds better. So I might just slim this off, cut that off, and we'll try and put something else on there. So yeah, but that slate I've used so many times on different bits, and it's always been absolutely perfect. So, and I've done this before, that style before, and I just gutted it, just didn't work tonight, that one. But that's the way it goes. It can't always work. But I've sulked for 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. Well, truth be told, 15 minutes. But it doesn't matter. So this was a bit like, oh no, what am I going to carve? It's I told, especially Tornado Chase, I said, I'll be on Wednesday night. He was trying to get me to go live last night. I said, I'll be on Wednesday night. Don't worry. And I thought, I've got to find something. And I had this printed off just on the side. It was just in a drawer. The same time as I printed off and carved this one, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago. So this is the Paralympics logo. And this is the Team GB logo. So we've got two lions, both Team GB, one for the Olympics, one for the Paralympics. So I printed it off at the same time, and I wanted to do them as a pair. So this was the backup. Like I say, it's about 4 or 5 weeks behind where it should be because the Olympics is finished. But we don't mind. And not everyone will know it's a lion, because at the beginning of the feed, a couple of people thought it was a palm tree. So I finally managed to do some carving tonight. Buying polished is the way forward. It's expensive, but now it is beautiful. When he turns up and it's cut and polished and lovely, it's very nice just to crack on with it rather than prepping it. So I could turn that piece of slate carving round and just carve that on the on the stone on the back and polish that up, but I like the idea of it being on slate. If I can't do it on the lamination, then I'm just going to do it on slate, I think. But I've showed the wife what it is, and she was gutted because she was really, when I showed her, she said it would have been exactly what she wanted. Yeah, I'm gutted, but we'll try again. We'll try something new. I'm holding this at a right weird angle. I'm trying to make sure I can get it past the camera. What we've got there. Oh, Pamela says everything we do is a work of art. Thank you. It's nice to see some pink in the chart. We don't often get pink. That's nice to only have that one backstop on there to be able to just move that piece of stone away from the camera like that. That's handy. It is noisier though without having a couple of backstops. Where did I buy that? I haven't bought it. I'd be gutted if I bought it because it's about half done. That would be disappointing. What did you get to do carving wise, Ryan? You say not on the slate. Oh, where did I buy the stone? Originally the stone is from a quarry in Derbyshire, cut by a quarry on the outskirts of Derbyshire into sheets, then come to me, and it's been sat in my yard 5 years. And it's just an off-cut piece because I'm playing. This is a backward carving. Just been explaining the original carving I'm meant to be doing on a piece of laminated slate and stone is didn't go to plan. So the buying the stone, so a piece of stone, yeah, like I've just explained, I've got with the marking on it. I just printed. Look at that. I've got wet on my fingers. I've just put it on there from a cup of coffee, and as marked it on, I just stenciled it on with a simple HB pencil while the stone was damp, and then I buy the chisels from Southern Stone and the hammer from Southern Stone Limited, and then. And that's it. I'm not really sure. So yeah, the stone is Derbyshire stone, bought from a quarry in Derbyshire. The stencil I've traced on a piece of card because it's a Team GB Olympic logo. And the hammer and chisel are from Southern Stone Limited. Hopefully that answers that. From the beginning to the end, how long does it take you to do this? From the beginning to the end, this has taken so far 40 minutes. But that's including me stopping, talking a couple of times about the carving, what's gone wrong, answering questions. If I was doing this without stopping, an hour maybe. Yeah, so probably an hour. Practice writing that all. That's all that is. Just holding the chisel at the right angle. And if they're curved, it's just about twisting your wrist. So if I'm in there, I'm just twisting the wrist into it. and know when to change. So I'm going this way, so, and then I might need to change the stone to just go into them in the corners and lift off. Sometimes I just lift off and just keep going back, just to make them nice and crisp and sharp. There we go. Tornado chases back. Is that 2 loaves of French bread? A baguette. Is that 2 loaves of? Is that 2 baguettes? Let's do it in. 27 thumbs up on the stream is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Could not be happier with that. Hopefully we've gained a few subscribers. We're on the road to 10,000. We've got over 2,000 to go. 2,200, pretty sure. Oh, so did you rub the line out? Or did, where you've been cleaning it with the brush, did you brush it away? Maybe Tornado Chaser could tell me, how far am I away from 10,000? There we go, on that bigger chisel again there. $2,130. Do you reckon we can do that before Christmas? Is that a bit ambitious, or? Is that achievable? What do we reckon? For sure. Confident as always. That's the goal. Tornado Chaser, how is your new channel going? Have you settled on a topic? Oh yeah, you're going for it. I think that's you seem to have the knowledge there, so I'd go with that. Make sure when it's up and running and you're ready. I presume you're starting a new one. You're not just carrying on your old one or rebranding your old one. If you want, I'm already a subscriber. You just don't know what to rebrand yourself. Why don't you throw it out to the chat, see if people will help you. Like, you explain what your channel is going to be about. That's if you want to. People might be able to give you some ideas for a name. downside to not pinning this, you know, trapping it in there, you do get that little bounce. Yeah, you do get that little movement there. But I've got some new drills coming. They're not coming just yet, but when they do, I'll probably try and make it. I pin them all on a little bit more so they don't bounce along. How long have I been a stonemason for? So 15 years working with stone. It's probably coming up to 16 soon. I say 15 years very quickly, but it's probably come to 16 soon. The first 7 years as a dry stone waller, no carving, and then there was a little bit in between where I did both, and then 7 years. So there's that in between year where I was doing a little bit of carving, a little bit of dry stone walling, and then the back end, next 7 years, was all about carving. And now I'm not actually a stonemason anymore. I'm an amateur stonemason because I don't do it as a job. I'm a Peak Park Ranger. So my role is the Volunteer and Community Ranger. That's my title. Basically my channel is about to start. Hey, we're nearly at 30 thumbs up. Have any of you guys ever seen no, it was a spirit level what just fell over, and it's it's not banging, it just moved. I used it earlier, didn't put it back properly. So has anybody ever seen them like light boards you can get what work automatically when you get a new subscriber to the channel and they just roll on, or a new thumbs up? I've always wanted one of them. They are crazy expensive. I think it'd be really nice to see live that if someone subscribed to the channel, they had a board and it just. I remember seeing one in my local supermarket. They had hairdressers inside the supermarket, and I remember subscribing to it just so I could watch it in real time turn over because I was new to it. I'm not that good with a chisel, if I'm honest. Seen talking about carving faces. I've seen some masons carve some of the most beautiful faces, but when it comes to the eyes are the most tricky bit. If you don't get the eyes right, the rest of it may as well, it's just rubbish. But if you don't get the eyes have got to be spot on. And I've seen somebody recently do it with animals, and they just drill holes, like, because they're perfectly round and they're deep and they're perfect, but it makes them look soulless. It's just a dark hole. So the eyes are the most tricky. And hands. I did carve a set of hands doing the love heart sign, and it went in a frame. You've got to get the hands just right, and I was really happy with how it turned out actually. I didn't answer your question, Tornado Chaser, about spiders. I've not seen any spiders tonight, but I will tell you this, I wonder if they've moved because it's noticeably colder this morning than tonight. The temperature's definitely changed. So I wonder if all the spiders are making it inside, which will not make my wife happy. Too many spiders around. A little bit of gargoyle stuff. Someone asked me this earlier. Little bit of gargoyle stuff. Very little. And what do you mean, like making like for cathedrals, like heads and sills and on a cathedral? I've made a couple of pieces what had to be repaired. I've done a few little bits where I've gone and measured them up and got the shapes out and made one new piece. But no, I was saying to them earlier, I've always just liked lettering. Lettering's always been, so there's different masons. There's like a cathedral mason, or you've got a memorial mason, which kind of goes with a letterist, a memorial mason. And then you've got like it's like even builders who work with stone will call themselves a mason, so they're building with stonework. So I'm just a letterist. That is my trade as a mason, or amateur. It was anyway. But just little bits. Yeah, I've made fireplaces and a bit of all of it. I've tried my hand at all of it, and I don't dislike any of it. I've enjoyed all of it. But I always go back to letters and logos. It's good to have a go at all of it and find which area you like, whether you just want to do a bit of all of it throughout your career if you're going to be a mason, or you just want to specialise in one area. So I know a lot of people who dress stone and they're classed as masons, but then I mean they could dress some unbelievable stone, some really nice stuff, but then give them a 6mm chisel and ask them to put a name in it, no good. Then I know somebody else who could carve your letters all day long and they'd be absolutely perfect, but ask him to carve a fireplace, not happening, or do a gargoyle. Yeah, numbers are hard. Number 8 is difficult because you're going round. Do you like the sound effects you got with that? Yeah, number 8s are difficult. I've always liked number 2s, but I also like carving number 5. Number 5 is possibly my favourite. It's got a bit of everything in number 5. Good job, looks nice, thanks for that. Yeah, always nice to get in the chat. Good job, looks nice. I'm just going to slide this way so I don't hit the camera. That's definitely a positive. I know it probably makes it sound a little bit worse with it rattling around this evening on this, but it is really nice to be able to move the stone rather than the camera. That doesn't happen very often. It's normally everything's stuck in one location on the board. Oh yeah, lots of Milestones. Lots and lots of Milestones. But like you say, I've made some bird baths with some water features, some stone troughs, some to be honest, all sorts. I forget a lot of what we've done, and then someone will say, oh, have you ever done this? And I'll go, oh yeah, we did that. Here's a picture. I like the simpleness of this. Worked with some of the most beautiful stone. I bought some of the most absolutely beautiful stone that I will never see again. The likes of that stone again, I'll never see, because it just doesn't come out of the ground all the time. And it's so nice. And I was very fortunate to have a guy who was buying stone nearly every day for jobs for himself and for other people. And if you come across beautiful stone, he'd ring up and say, I've got this, Matty, do you want to buy some? There's 10 ton of this, do you want to buy it? It's just so beautiful. Some of the stone I've worked with. Some of the pattern in there. Incredible. Yeah, I've been very fortunate with some of the stuff. Paid good money for a lot of it. Stone is not cheap. Chessboard, yeah, chessboard. Drafts board, not on chess. It's the pieces are the bit on chess. I did always think, because I have thought about a chessboard, and it's gone through my mind a few times. I've always thought might be better off making the board. Lovely piece of stone, maybe some stone and slate, you could, or different types of stone. You can dye the stone, put it in a lovely frame, but having like oak pieces, oak chess pieces to complement the stone board. You'd really have to turn the pieces on the lathe if you're doing about a certain stone, or you could a bit of soapstone maybe. Doesn't hold an edge as well, but you could do it with soapstone. I've got that picture. I've got that picture. I showed that picture to somebody the other day, actually. Yeah, so what Brian's saying there is there's an episode, there's a Christmas special of Long Lost Families. I don't know if you know it. It's BBC, it might be ITV. And on the table, it's a talking one of the bird baths I made, featured in the middle of the table. If any of you were good at finding old TV shows, there is a TV show, well, there's a couple, but the one what sticks out is there's a programme called Britain's Heritage Heroes, what they did on the BBC. when I was young man in that, talking about dry stone walling. That must be 12 years ago. Wow, can't believe it's 20 past 9 already. I've been taking my time, so I didn't finish this too quickly, but maybe I should speed up. I'll tell you one thing it shows carving this compared to carving, say, the Everton badge. A lot more interaction with an Everton badge, you know, because people know what it is. This is just a lion. People know that the Everton badge, you see it and you've got rival teams saying no, don't like that, or you've got some Everton fans giving you the thumbs up. Yeah, a lot more interaction with that. Hopefully we'll get some Ipswich fans on Friday night. The Ipswich badge shaped like a castle, so that'll be something new. Yeah, no, if you don't attempt to make them bowls without a respirator. The ones we were using, they cost £1,000 each, and they were very good. Yeah, there's so much dust. We were fortunate that when we were making them, we had designated buildings for them with fans going and respirators on, and even then could have gone more. It'd be amazing if all 50 people hit the thumbs up button. That would be amazing. We'll hit on that right carving and we'll break our record. Not going to be this evening, but we will definitely hit on that right carving, and one day we'll hit 100 thumbs up on a live. It'll naturally come. Was chatting to a guy from the States who has a YouTube channel. He does a little bit of mentoring for YouTube channels through Facebook actually, and it was free. Somehow I stumbled across it many years ago, like 3 years ago when I first set up the channel and I was trying to get to 120 subscribers. It was like free advice, and I've always just stayed friends with him. So I reached out to him the other day and just said, still plugging away, we're on the road to 10,000 now, this is where we're at. And he was saying that once you get to 10,000, it's it just feels, YouTube just feels different. It's like you feel like you've really got somewhere at 10,000. It was great advice, and didn't really give me advice what changed anything. he was just encouraging to say, just keep going, just keep making videos, just keep doing it. Let's make sure just going to bear with me a minute, so I might move the camera around. There we go. Tornado Chaser, are you around on Friday evening for a bit of carving? Hopefully we'll see Suffolk live again soon. Connor will be round. Ryan keeps dropping in when he can. Maybe Brian will be round. Graham drops in when he can. It's been nice to see Graham last week. Graham's stopped on for a little chat. Oh, look at that. Trying to hold it, isn't it? Except to eat Thursdays. Well, I'll not be carving tomorrow. Friday's my next day. Oh, James is here. That's another name. Another regular name in the chat, which is nice. I just saw that pop up just as I was reading Ryan's message. If you could do a chessboard out of slate, carve the white. Yeah, I think you definitely could. So would they sit lower? Or would you just texture them? Instead of carving it, would you just put some kind of texture on the slate? Do you know when we were carving a Simple Minds and we just we did the lines in a row? Would you do that on every other, say the white squares? Would that work? We're just talking about making a chessboard out of stone, James. Ooh, I bought myself a drink now. Open my drink. Has anybody ever tried Tiny Rebel Easy Living? Aliens. My wife has got a thing about aliens at the minute. She's been arguing with my son whether aliens are real or not. She's convinced there's too much evidence to say not. My son is not having it. He's like, no, not having it. She's been watching or reading a book about somebody who used to work quite high up in Congress, and he's released some information. Yeah, chisels with the teeth could work. There's one somewhere. There is one kicking about somewhere. Not used it for a long time. Yeah, that could work. I kind of like the individual point. I like the individual point. It's more controlled than the 4-point chisel. The teeth on there. Like a Scotch chisel, you call that. You are good for putting texture on, but I think there's something like a chessboard, you'd want that control of an individual point rather than the 4 you'd want. Yeah. A bit like, so if you look on the Chesterfield carving, the football badge for Chesterfield. If you go back on like one of the shorts, it'll be on there. It I did the background of that. Oh, that is stone, not slate. I've done it many a time on slate. There might be some videos on the channel. It gives a really nice, delicate effect. And once you've chiselled it with the point on, you can just run the. So you use the needle point, chisel it all down, get it all flat, and then just run the flat chisel across the top. Just take the edges off, and that really works. Jane says, what did Google say about the pyramids? I bet Google would say a lot about the pyramids. Shows a lot of people saying that aliens built the pyramids, and a lot of people saying aliens didn't build the pyramids. Pleasure to watch me work. Thank you, that's nice. Whoever built the pyramids, it's an incredible achievement. $36. I reckon we could get to 40 thumbs up before I finish this carving. I'll take that. Back to the point and chisel on the chessboard. That's the chisel I've misplaced, and I need to find it. And I know I could buy another one from Southern Stone Limited. I could even use my own discount code to buy it, but I need to send them an email about something else, and I don't want to send my email about buying my chisel until I figure out the next project. So the next project I'm doing with them is carve your own house sign. So it's like a collaboration. You'll be able to buy it from their website. So it'll be is endorsed the right word. So we're coming up with this idea together. You'll be able to buy from their website, carve your own house sign. It'll be a piece of stone, Maltese limestone. You'll get a pair of safety specs. A hammer, same as this, a chisel, same as this, and you'll some instructions. You'll get some carbon paper to transfer onto the Maltese limestone, which works really well. You'll do that, and then there might be a QR code, so you could link it over to a video of mine. So I'll tell you how to use the kit and how to set it up and how it'll work, or just some writing in there printed out from me and Southern Stone of how to go about it, and it'll be carve your own house sign with the TheStoneRanger, provided by Southern Stone Limited. And I've got one of the kits in my porch ready to go to look at, to do the final little bits, but I need to do it, and I haven't done it yet. I keep meaning to, so I don't want to get in touch about a new chisel until I've done that. reckon we can make it to 40 thumbs up before we finish? It'd be nice if we could. So Brian wants me to, maybe the Ranger will explain if Brian's a mason. Okay, let's do that. Let's have a go at that. So Brian used to work with me for, well, not made redundant. I can't remember what year it was. Came working with me as a dry stone wall and then helped me set up the business. Right from day one, was there. Right till the very end, he was there. And he, he's not happy about that gaming. And right till it was I finished and decided to move on to something new, he was there, and now he's in the chat. So he's been there all the way through. So a mason, so his speciality, will do it all, he can do all of it, but his speciality is natural stone bird baths, Milestones, water features, doorstops, which is a crazy product which we just made one of once, and we sold hundreds of them using leftovers. What else on there? Bird baths, water features, Milestones, mushrooms, as well as all the carving and all the lettering, but that wasn't really his speciality at the end because we had different product lines, and Bright had his own building, his own workshop, and he did all the natural looking stuff out of. So we'd buy blocks of stone, which could be anything from 100 kilo to 2 ton, and we'd split them all down with plugs and feathers, and that was his area. That was his area's expertise. He still does it now, still makes mushrooms, still makes bird baths and sells them. And just to we'll go back to doorstops. I'll tell you about doorstops. Yeah, and he's actually my dad. So Brian is my dad, who is, and one of the reasons I wanted to be a dry stone waller is because of Brian, because he was in the Forestry Commission when I was a kid, and we used to drive around and he'd go, I built that style there, or I did that gate, or I worked on this woodland, or I did this. And I used to think, wow, I'd love to be able to say that one day. And I thought dry stone walling, when that opportunity came around, was a good way to do that. So yeah, that's because of Brian. So yeah, Brian is my dad. Could call him Old Man TheStoneRanger. It's a beautiful thing I do. Let's have a look at this. Such I joined this live. Can you start? Can you, so we get, it's right, you're wanting to start learning to carve stone, well, you're in the right place, but you don't know where to start. I think I'm reading that right, I'm struggling to see. Oh, you've got nothing around you, like carving schools or mason schools or cathedrals or anything like that. So I didn't either. So when I started stone carving, so I'm self-taught. I just trial and error. Started off as a dry stone waller, and tried. We were talking about this with Ryan not long ago. Tried every type of masonry out there. And lettering is my trade. And logos, which is weird because I'm dyslexic, so going towards the lettering is probably you wouldn't expect it, but I love it. I absolutely love carving letters. The shape of them, I like trying to get them as neat as possible. So if you've got nothing around you, the best piece of advice I could give you is hit the subscribe button, join the community when we're live, have a little chat, ask as many questions as you want. There's 258 videos on the channel now, with more coming on this Friday, redoing the how to carve letters in stone. There's all different videos. So yeah, and there's even some discount codes on chisels, there's reviews on chisels, there's are you going to invest in tools at the beginning? definitely sure it's what you want to do, then there's no better time to start buying a decent set and building your chisel set up. But if you're not 100% sure, buy a really cheap set of chisels and give it a go. I reviewed a set of chisels a few months ago. The cheapest set of chisels you can buy online, like no more than £13. And the delivered to your door, £13. Give them a go. See if you still like it. Then you can start buying your tools. If you are going to buy tools, hammer, chisels, Ryan's bought some of these. Bry's got some of these in the chat. A few others have. You buy these from Southern Stone Limited. They're Italian tungsten. We've got a full selection, even stone on there. And if you go back on my channel again, there's a discount code. Watch the video with the discount code and you'll save yourself a little bit of money. Decent family run business. Hopefully that answers your question. And if you have any more, fire away. So I'd get a few get a few bits. Watch Brian. The door search was simply what kind of stone in this? This is Derbyshire Gritstone. It's just a piece I had lying around in the workshop because the original project I was going to work on this evening, I broke it 40 minutes before we went live. Yeah, 40 minutes before we went live, I broke the carving. So I'm working on a piece of Derbyshire Gritstone here. I'm using a nylon hammer, 6mm Italian chisel, tungsten, sharpened on a diamond pointer, a diamond sharper. So I'm going to quickly tell Ryan about these door stops. So Ryan, these door stops. So one day we had some offcuts of stone where we were splitting the stone using plugs and feathers, and these pieces were coming off and they looked like door stops, like the shape of it. They didn't need much tweaking to make them. So we thought, what can we do with these little pieces? So we said, well, we'll make them into door stops. We'll flatten the bottoms off. We'll put some Hessian string through them, and we'll have them at different heights. You could buy a 20mm, 20 centimeter, 25 or a 30 centimeter, and you could buy them in pairs or individuals. And it was just a one-off, and we just thought, could we sell on our website the leftovers? It worked too well. So what happened then? We didn't have enough leftovers to sell. We sold that many online. We shipped them all over, literally all over the world, that we had to start cutting the good stone to make the door stops. Because originally we were just meant to use the leftover, the waste, what was like the ends. We couldn't do that. We had to start cutting good stone to make them. And honestly, we sold so many and custom sizes. People would say, oh, can I have one bigger? Can I have one this? And people were literally buying door stops at one point as big as a bird bath leg. It was this stone, but we were buying it in like pieces, which, like I was saying earlier, it could be 100 kilo or it could be 50, 100 kilo or 2 ton pieces. They were massive pieces and split down. Derbyshire Gritstone, we used to buy it as straight from the quarry. You'd get dug out the quarry on Monday and dropped in our yard on a Tuesday or even Monday afternoon. And you'd get good walling stone out of it, but we used it for bird baths and water features mainly, and they were just the off-cuts. Crazy. Let's have a look what we've got here. So, what kind of stone would that have done that? That's definitely some nice. Thank you for that. We're on 40 thumbs up, so thank you for that. The best way to do it is using sandblasting. That is I'm not saying it's the best, but it's a quick way of doing it. I like doing it. I'm not looking for a quicker way. I enjoy doing it by hand. There's something quite therapeutic, relaxing, and I won't be able to talk to you guys if I had a sandblaster going. they were generally unbelievable things at doorstops. I might see if we can find a picture of them and stick them on the community tab. Is it easy stone to work? No, it's not, particularly if you think about what they give people to start with and learn on. It's not that particularly that easy. There's a lot harder out there though. It's not granite, it's not old rough field limestone. It's Derbyshire gritstone. It's not bad. Some people say they don't like using it because it's a bit tough. They're not moving as much material. Some people like it because they like that it takes a little bit more knocking. Like a Maltese limestone, for example, is I don't know, that's really soft. You'll dig in and it just grooves. It's not too bad. The chisels make it look a bit softer and knowing how hard to hit the hammer. But no, it's not granite. It's not tough, but I've worked with a hell of a lot softer stone, a lot softer, and I've worked with a lot harder. I suppose it's the middle of the range stone, but I really like it. I suppose it's because it's local to me. I'm used to it. I've used it a lot over the years. It's something I can get my hands on very easy. I've got a lot of it stacked in the yard. A couple of months ago I was carving a piece of Maltese limestone. Did not. It's just too soft. It's so soft. It's horrible to work with. Yeah, that was a helicopter. Yeah, it was just going past. It was fairly low. I wonder if it was a mountain rescue. Suppose it could have been the police helicopter. Or it could have been the air ambulance. It had that, yeah, a lion. It's the first time it's possibly been that people could see it was a lion. It's just coming together a little bit. It's a Team GB logo. So it's directly from their website. From the Olympics. So Connor's not in the chat tonight, but I bought a new pen. Bought a pen from him. Connor, not Connor. He's he turns pens on his lathe. And he sent me some pictures of him. I'm going to put them on the tab. I've asked his permission. He says yes. So I bought a lovely wooden pen turned on his lathe. £10. Can't wait for that to turn. I'll be the envy of the office with that. He's a good dry stone wall as well. He's, I'm not sure if he's got. Well, I think I've got some good pictures. You sent a couple of good pictures over to me. Maybe I'll put them on the thing. We'll always send some more in. Let everyone show you what you do. See what you're doing. Jamie says it's looking going to be sweet. It's looking good, thank you. It's always nice. So, who is going to have a go at carving? If you're not already carving, who's been in the chat or who's in the chat now? I know that it changes regularly with people in. Who's thinking I'm going to have a go at this? Because if you are having a go for the first time or you've done a couple of things to say is, send some pictures in. We all love to see what you've been working on. It's always nice. So send some pictures in. You can, not sure if Tornado's Chase is still around. If you could send them into the email address, which is TheStoneRanger08@gmail.com. You can send them into that, some pictures. Or if you have any questions, you can also send them into that, or you can stick them on the screen, or in any of the other videos, if you go back and watch some, stick them in the comments. I will answer every single one. Some take me longer than others. We do get a lot of messages now and a lot of comments. I will answer them all. So, yeah, and what else there is on there is 250 odd videos about dry stone walling, carving stone, doing projects out of stone, making yourself a bird bath, water feature, all them different types, or just lettering or house side. So there's lots on there if you want to have a go. Always nice if you hit the subscribe button now. 47 thumbs up. Maybe people like the wine after all. I didn't think it was going to be as popular as the I didn't think it was going to be as popular as the Everton carving, and that topped out at 53 thumbs up, so we're not too far away. Or was it 54? This is taking me slightly longer than I expected, because I slowed down at one point because I thought I'm rattling through this. Best take my time, otherwise I'll have finished carving early. And now I can't believe it. It's 10 o'clock. Now I'm making a racket in the shed. So I best bring it to an end. I'm nearly there. Strange that, as it sounds, I made a bird bowl very similar to your style today, and it turned out great. I'm very proud of it. A bird bath similar to the ones I make, or used to make? You're going to have to send us some pictures. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this bowl. Is it going for sale? Is it you keeping it, or have you sold it already? I think we've topped out at 47 thumbs up, and I'm just about to come to the end of the live. So if there's anybody on the chat who wants to try and push that to 50 for me, it'd be a great round number to finish on. It'd also be nice to see some of you again on Friday. Oh, I can't remember which one it was. Spare piece of slate. Yeah, give it a go. I can't remember which video it was which I did it. I could always have a look back through and want to jump out from the pictures on the beginning. I will have a look and I'll email it to you. So that's me done. I'm going to have to be done because time has flown there. Got to stop. It's hard to stop. So let's get the brush. Give it a little brush down. Grab this brush. Chesterfield badge, yeah, Chesterfield badge definitely, but I think we did one with it, which I did the same point on some slate. Oh, look at that, right at the end. Yeah, I did the same point on some slate. So done. TGB Lion. It's got some nice depth to it. I love the mane. It's yeah, it works. These style of manes are nice to carve, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, I'm done. That's me. I turn the light on, take the safety specs off. Yeah, thank you all for watching. 47 thumbs up, perfect. More than happy with that. We aim for 46, so that's great. I will see you on Friday night if any of you are free. Thanks for everyone who's joined in. Thanks to everyone who's hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Yep, see you soon.